Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. Well, we're going to do a review for you today on the Acer Aspire 1 10.1 inch netbook. I picked this thing up a little over a week ago. I'm no stranger to netbooks. I used to have an MSI one, which I really kicked myself in the butt for getting rid of because it would have saved me from buying yet another one. But I needed something for the shop. I didn't want to take my big laptop out there and get it wrecked. So I figured, I'd get one of these things in the end. And it works. It's going to run the program I need it to run for my scan tool for doing automotive stuff. Now, as far as surfing capabilities go, well, it's not the best, but I'll give you some specs on the laptop here. It's a dual core anyway, 1.66 gigahertz, 1 meg level 2 cache, 1 gig of DDR3 memory. This thing's got Windows Starter in it, guys. You should really have about 2 to 3 gigs of RAM. 2 would have been better. It would have ran a lot faster. Wi-Fi, of course, signal up, ultra thin, yes it is, 10.1 inch LED, 3-cell battery. I get over 3 hours of battery time with all my power saving stuff turned off. Now I'm at about 1.5, well, almost 2 hours now. But at 100% it says I have about 3 hours and change. Anyway, we've got a 250 gig hard drive in this thing, which is actually really good. It's more than adequate for this. I'll never fill the damn thing. An 80 gig hard drive would have been just great. I mean, they really don't need to put a lot of major space into these small little computers considering what they're used for. Now, the power button's up at the top corner here, which is kind of nice. Of course, it does tell you your Wi-Fi is turned on. Your battery, of course, is not being charged right now, so that light is off. And my power light is on, saying that the power is turned on. It is an Atom processor. It's the N570. So pretty decent. Now let's look at surfing here. The screen is very nice coloration and very, very nice colors. Very brilliant, very sharp. So Internet Explorer, let's fire that up and see what happens. And we're twiddling our thumbs, and boom, we finally got something up here. Let's see what we got for websites in our favorites here. Let's go, well, here's an airgun website. That showed up pretty quick. Let's type something in that's never been in here before. So let's go to Google. Check out the Google website. Now, oh, gotta learn how to type now. So we're gonna go to the Airgun Source website. So it's not too bad once Explorer's up and running. Not too bad at all. You can read the stuff, it's nice and clear, okay? So not too bad. So let's get out of Explorer. I put Google Chrome in here because it's a lot quicker. Explorer is just a little too sluggy for me. Whoop. Oh, knocked the camera there. Now let's try Crossman website. Loads pretty good. Martin Archery. Boom, that's nice and fast. Protocol. Yeah, page not found, who cares? Of course, we've got Google. MSN Canada. So, Google Chrome for surfing is actually really good on this thing as compared to Internet Explorer. Alright? So, pretty decent that way. Now, I don't have any video games on this, unless there's some that came in this thing, I don't know, but I didn't buy this thing to play video games anyhow. Really nothing in there that's worth launching anyway. So let's check out our camera. Now the camera on this I find is actually really decent. I mean, it doesn't have any real features to it, like my Dell laptop does. But hey, it works. It's a good little basic camera type of thing. Now is this thing gonna, there we go, there's a picture. So now we can see me in there, sort of, and the tripod. I've actually got my tripod, as you can see, hovering over top. Oh, it says I have an update to do for this. Cool. I'll do that later. But very basic features for the camera. You know, snapshots or movie. You get 2 resolutions to choose from. Configure your settings. Media sharing. Enhance the current video image. So you get a little bit to play with, but not a whole lot. But it is a pretty decent little webcam in it. I don't recall what the megapixels is. I'd have to actually go into the instructions for this thing to tell you exactly what it is. But for 250 bucks, I mean, it wasn't bad, you know. Not too fussy on the mouse clicker though. It's a rocker type button for left and right. You know, you can bring your picture in and out. It's got the touch thing here. Let's go to that. Okay, come on, fire up. So you can pinch it. Should work. There we go. So you can pinch it and make things smaller or bigger. You know, whatever you want to do. So it has that feature to it. You can use the arrow up and down here and scroll the page, which is kind of handy. You know, that's actually kind of nice. Most laptops nowadays have that feature anyhow. So let's go back to Martin Archery and scroll up and down. We're okay. Traditional bows. I mean, going between pages even on the website, it's actually pretty decent. Youth bows. But otherwise, pretty decent little laptop for what it does. You know, if you need something a lot faster, there are faster netbooks out there. There was one I actually saw while I was at the store, is 11.1 inch, which actually that 11.1 inch is a little bit better, a little bit faster processor, more RAM in it, you know, so much faster machine too. But I just didn't have the extra for it. But, you know, for what this thing's going to be doing, you know, which is technically one job now, it'll work. So, and it's nice to have it as a portable thing on the go, bring it in the car. I mean, it's better than hauling around this 20-pound laptop, you know what I mean? So this is good in the car. They did give me an extremely long power cord on this thing. I can't believe how long this power cord is. It's got to be like 9 feet long or something. It's just really long. So it's kind of handy in a way too, because if you get a problem with your power cord somewhere, you can cut it and splice it together about 900 times. So that's pretty handy. But really long power cord. I'd like to see a more powerful battery for a longer battery life, but you can alter your power settings and get some really good battery runtime out of this thing if you allow things to go to sleep, like your internet connection, for instance. Let it take a nap. Your battery, or sorry, not your battery, but your hard drive, let it spin down and sleep. These things are going to save on power. But I set my laptops always to run full tilt out when the power is plugged in, full tilt out with the battery, because I really don't care. If I can get 2 or 3 hours out of a battery, I'm happy with that for not being able to be lagged down. Okay, I don't have the affordability of time to waste allowing things to spin back up, because that's when programs can also sometimes crap out on you, is when you're waiting for stuff to spin back up. So I prefer to have everything run full tilt, including my screen. I want optimal brightness, best quality graphics out of it, the whole nine, and then I'm happy with that. So I would have to say, out of a score of 5, I'm gonna really have to give this one a 3 out of 5. The keyboard I'm not that fussy on. It's a keyboard, but I found it easier to type on the MSI. So, but they don't make the MSI ones anymore. At least if they do, they don't sell them anymore at Walmart. I got this one, by the way, at the source, not at Walmart, but Walmart does sell this same machine for about $288. But it's something to get used to, is to learn to type on a very small keyboard, so that's kind of something I'll have to work around. But they have come a long way with the Acer Aspire 1s. When they first came out, a lot of keyboard problems, crappy keyboards, period. Didn't even really turn my crank whatsoever. So they have changed a lot over the years that they've been making these. They've made a lot of improvements, but they still lack the necessary memory because of the new operating systems. And eventually Windows 7 is going to go extinct, and then you've got Windows 8 coming on the whole new next lineup. Are they going to put 2 gigs of RAM in the thing for Windows 8? Because 1 gig just ain't going to cut it, man, even with a starter edition. 1 gig just barely cuts it with Windows 7 starter. If you throw a full Windows 7 into one of these little puppies, it's really going to lag you down. So that's something you want to keep in mind. But the starter edition is very adequate for my purposes and for the programs I need to run. So I'm not worried about that part at all. But it is a little frustrating, you know, sitting here waiting for things to happen. You know, especially when you're used to a full-size laptop that, you know, you click it and it's there, you know. So, but, so 3 out of 5. If you want to pick things apart, okay, 5 out of 5 on the hard drive. Great sized hard drive. RAM, 2 out of 5. Battery, I give it about a 4 out of 5. CPU speed is actually really good, so we'll give that about a 4 out of 5. The screen, it's perfect just the way it is because that's what it's supposed to be. The camera, I'd give that probably about a 2 out of 5. The keyboard, like I said, a little fussy, but you know, I mean, I gotta get used to the keys. But it is a much better quality keyboard than what they used to have on them. Rocker switch thing, definitely 1 out of 5 on that. I mean, you could play with the numbers all you want, but I'm just going to give this a flat-out rating of 3 out of 5 for the whole thing. I wouldn't even step into the 4 out of 5 on it, but it is what it is. It was priced okay, so I can't really complain about it. It was on sale for $250. And I did get the extended warranty on this too, which is something I would recommend if the place you buy it from offers it, get it. Not that you may need it, but you might. You never know. You know, 3 years is a long time to beat the hell out of one of these small little things, so you never know if you're going to need the warranty or not. So I get it. I like the wireless. It works rather well. It's very stable. I haven't been kicked off the internet or anything with this yet, so that's a good kudos there. But anyway, thought I'd show you this, guys, give you a bit of a review on it, give you my opinions and findings. You know, I like to give you as much information as I possibly can all the time. And so let's close the lid. And I like this raised up thing they did. I don't know what the purpose of it is, but it's like a bunch of circles and it's raised up in the one corner. It's kind of cool. And then of course you got, I gotta just cover my code here, but the back end's pretty simple. The sound quality on this, by the way, is actually decent. It does have some good sound to it, and it is got a bit of volume to it, which is nice. I much prefer to have external speakers anyway. Now the battery on this thing, you can unlock it here and then take it out, no problem. So you can actually secure that battery in there nice and tight. Side ports. You've got 2 USBs. You can lock this thing down. Microphone, headphone, your card reader as I told you about, showed you. SVGA port, Ethernet port, your power port, another USB port. You know, nothing on the back side here. It's all good. Front side. So it's pretty nice little machine. It does have adequate cooling. Not that it really even gets any real heat to it, but it does work well. So that's about it. Thanks for watching. If you've got any questions or comments, you know, feel free as usual to leave them, and I'll do what I can to answer them, and we'll see you on the next video.